Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic. Today is December the 29th, 2019, and we are coming up to the new year, which is New Year's Eve is Tuesday, and 2020 begins Wednesday. Uh, so I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, and also a shout out to everybody else. You guys are wonderful. I love all your comments. You're a fantastic community, and I hope we continue to grow. Also, I started a Patreon page, which I released a video about that. And if anybody's interested, it's they can look at the video to see what it's all about. And then you go on Patreon.com and find me under Melissa Free Range Psychic if you want to join our community there. Today, I'm doing a reading on Chief Justice John Glover Roberts. I took a little poll to see who would prefer Tulsi Gabbard or Justice Roberts, and Tulsi Gabbard did not win. Actually, the poll began with me just asking, who'd want me to do a reading on Tulsi Gabbard, and that was really shot down. I mean, some people wanted me to, and I might still do it, but I basically said on my post that the worst thing you can imagine about her is true. So enough said about that. But everybody's wondering about Justice John Glover Roberts and what kind of decision he would make if these cases, regarding impeachment or calling witnesses for the impeachment trial in the Senate were to come up to the Supreme Court, because it's so split, it's so partisan. So this is the reading that I got, and when I do my readings, I ask my guides to psychically show me the cards, and then I ask them why they chose those cards. So this was an interesting reading. This is the subject card, and this is the King of Wands. So this is basically, straightforward. This is Chief Justice Roberts as the Chief Justice, the man, so to speak, with the gavel, or the man who has the say. He's the one who will break the ties. He's the one with the authority. He's the one in power, really, over this group of people. The guy on the throne, the head guy. They're kind of all on thrones, but he's on the head throne, so to speak, the throne of power above the moon. So I asked my guides what that meant, and they said that the way that he perceives the Supreme Court, that it's secrecy, it's outside of public view. They do their work behind the scenes. He has a really purist idea of the Supreme Court, something that shouldn't be touched by partisan politics, something that is done away from the maddening crowd, something that is that takes place in this, I want to say, shielded environment, and then when they've made their decision, it comes forward, and it is there for public viewing. In the recent past, this is the Ace of Swords. And this is his role. Again, a lot of these cards echo that, making the final decision, making legal decisions. It's again another very pure card regarding the law and how Robert sees himself as one of the 9 justices, but the one who wields oftentimes the final say, the final decision. This is also a very straightforward card. This is the 8 of Pentacles, so there's 9 justices, so the Pentacles are the 8 other justices, and this is Chief Justice Roberts, and he is the one that is moderating this group of people, this very partisan group of people, and he's the taskmaster, making sure that they stay on track regarding the law, regarding the Constitution. And that's what my guides say. He's a big believer in the Constitution, in the rule of law. The near future, This card is the Page of Pentacles. So this is basically what the guides are saying to me is that he's going to uphold the Constitution, and he's going to uphold the rule of law. He's not going to be swayed by partisan politics. He may be swayed by his own perception of things. He is a conservative justice, but as in the past where he has sided with the more liberal, or I should say the more liberal, we'll call them the liberal side of the Supreme Court, when he believes that that is the proper course, he'll go there. He doesn't vote down party lines. So in the near future, this is him trying to be as fair as he can be, upholding the Constitution, upholding the law, making a fair decision, respecting the law, respecting his office and the institution of the Supreme Court, what it stands for. The clarifying card is the Hermit. So he sees himself in this role, which is an isolative role where he goes his own way. He's following his own path, his own beliefs. Oftentimes that makes him feel not detached, but he's not within the circle of the other justices, because anybody in this role as Chief Justice would be, especially if they're really taking it seriously, in this role. But he's also wanting to show people the way. This is how the rule of law works. This is what the Supreme Court's all about. This is who we are. So follow the path of the law. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to light the way for you. So I asked for a clarifying card, and I got the King of Swords. And my guides say this is Justice Roberts being an authority. He's not going to be swayed. He's going to be respected. He's not going to be moved, no matter who has his ear. He sits as an authority, as the Chief Justice, with the Ace of Swords, with this power, and he's taking it seriously, and he cannot be swayed. He cannot be intimidated. He cannot be threatened. He's going to wield his power as he thinks fit, but he's going to do it without being pressured or being motivated by anything else other than the rule of the law. Outcome. I got the Judgment card, which, well, so judgments will be made, and some people will be upset, and some people will be relieved, but these will be landmark decisions regarding whatever's coming up. So I wanted a clarifying card about that, and my guides gave me the Two of Swords. Justice is blind. This band is a blindfold, and the rule of law and the Constitution will be respected. So what I'm hearing from my guides, at least this is what I'm gathering, is that he will rule on the side of the Constitution. He will rule on he will rule not, I don't want to say against Trump, but if the decision is something like witnesses being called, then he would rule for that. If he felt that that was constitutional, my guides did say that there will be some decisions he will make that will really rattle the Republicans. So I think that's good news for us. I hope that is true. I hope I heard them correctly. But he is going to do his best to rule in the way that he thinks is going to be fair and balanced. Again, he's conservative justice, but when it comes to undermining our Constitution or undermining our rule of law, that's not the guy to go to. He's hard to read because of this Moon card, but in the end, he's going to really be thoughtful and make the decision that he thinks is going to be best for the country, best for our, best for the rule of law. That wasn't an easy read, and it's still enigmatic to me, but that's what it is. I think that's a comforting reading in a way, because I don't see any cards of corruption here or bribery or kind of like, you know, when I read for William Barr, who's just a seething mass of corruption. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention before I give us our oracle card that was chosen for us. Oh yeah, the solar eclipse. No, it was a lunar eclipse, a new moon eclipse on Thursday. I had a really intense experience with that. I literally felt I was being pulled out of my body into this like Milky Way or something like that. It just came out of nowhere just before I was going to sleep, and I wondered if that had to do with that eclipse. But I felt it was really powerful. I wondered how anybody else experienced it, or if they experienced it in that way. I'm going to read for us this card from the Ascended Masters deck, Doreen Virtue. Now, I know Doreen Virtue is controversial. This is pre her turning away from tarot, and I'm neutral on that. I'm not going to judge her. I like this deck, and I read from it. I think that her decks are really nice. She had some life-changing experience, and you know, chose a different way. If you don't know what happened with Doreen Virtue, I'm sure you could Google it. But if anybody was wondering about her, wanting to mention her, I really do like this deck. I think it's a lovely deck. So the card that was chosen for us: find your blessing in the current situation. This is Krishna. I'm going to read from the book here. I think that this is a good card to get right now for people. We're still in this kind of trauma mode with Trump and everything else that's happening, and it's you know, can be a hard time for people right now. So I think this is a really beautiful card and a really apt card for all of us. Okay. Every situation offers opportunities to to grow and learn. When we curse a situation, we block its energy flow and let things fester and grow worse sometimes. In contrast, as you recognize the blessings within your current situation, supportive and healing energy flows towards you. This card comes to you because there's an unrecognized blessing in your current situation. It could be something that you've learned or gained, for example. Recognize the blessing to accelerate the healing and manifestation that's trying to come to you. The additional meanings for this card: instead of worrying, pray and use positive affirmations. Know that everything is divine and in divine timing and perfect order. This situation is resolving itself perfectly. You heal through the power of gratitude. And I might also want to add through the power of acceptance. Krishna is the 8th incarnation of Vishnu, who is one of the 3 Hindu gods who oversees and protects the earth and her inhabitants. He is a messenger of joy, happiness, romantic love, and spiritual teachings such as the Bhagavad Gita, which is a text of Krishna dialogues. Krishna brings blessings to whoever calls upon him. And what a beautiful card for the new year. I think 2019 has been transformative, and I think 2020 is going to be pretty transformative too. But I do feel we continually awake to our own power. to our own ability to manifest, to our own ability to alter the course of events. We break away from being part of a herd and into our own individual shepherd. So that is the meaning, I think, or one of the effects of coming into the Aquarian age, which we are truly coming more and more into that. And so these transformations, finding this blessing in our current situation, is waking up to our own inner guru, our own inner Nancy Pelosi, our own inner authority, and our own inner manifester. And that's going to continue to be an awakening for all of us through 2020. I truly do believe it. So happy New Year to everybody. Have a lovely New Year's Eve and a lovely New Year's Day. And if you are into making New Year's resolutions, I think I love New Year's resolutions because I like having goals. I like having things to strive for. So I think they can be extremely helpful. Please remember, I do personal readings, and I would love to read for you or reread for you if I've already read for you. I'm easy to find. I left my information below here. Also, there's a little title card that comes at the end with my information. You can find me also on my Facebook page, and please like that. If you read through the postings and enjoy them, please like my page, Sacred Fire Psychic Readings. And I think that that's it. Please be well, everybody. Again, Happy New Year. Woo, yay. And I send my love to you all. It's been an amazing year for me if I think about it, because this was the year that I started my channel. What a transformation for me. I would never have thought that I would start a YouTube channel, and here I am. And it's been fantastic, and it's been fantastic because of you. So again, Happy New Year, everybody. Love you.